Cuts like a knife. Ooh, but it feels so right. I wish we could play that song here. Brian Adams Finest, some nice CanCon for us tonight. The Saddledome filled with cheers tonight, but the Flames fall to the Winnipeg Jets after a backbreaking late goal from a man on a mission. Calgary's now lost 6 straight games. They're plagued by similar issues, but a 180 on effort and heart compared to Saturday's awful loss to the Golden Knights. So there are a lot of positives to take from this one.
Is it 6? 6? It's a big number.
I think so. I had to go onto my second hand to count, but
yeah, like in golf, they call that the crooked numbers. You don't want to get into that. That's a crooked one, I think.
Well, that's why they're not scoring so many goals, so I don't have to go onto my second hand, you know?
Yeah, not great, Cami, not great. It's great to see you, though.
It's been a while. I think the last time we were talking, you said you were going to plan my bachelorette party for me, boo.
That's right. We were going to go to Nashville. See, I was in Nashville on the weekend. Where were you?
Ranch. I was riding the bull at Ranchman's.
Were you really? How'd you do?
You know what? I think I handled the adversity well. I made it at least 4 direction changes, and we followed it up by going to, instead of watching the Flames game on Saturday, we watched wrestling at the Legion.
Wow.
Honestly, highly recommend. I think we should go. They're back in November. If anyone has knock on, Legion #1 wrestling. Do it.
Okay, good. Free plugs. I like it. That's good.
Plugs. That's what we're doing. That's where we'll do our next remote show. But now that we're caught up, you're in Nashville. I was in discount Nashville.
Riding a bull. Who knew? That's both are probably very shocking to people who might be tuning in.
You know what? You get 2 of those turbocharged busies in a girl. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So can we talk about this for 30, 40 minutes and avoid this hockey game? Even though it's probably better than the one they played on the weekend against Vegas. Outcome kind of the same. But
honestly, I was super entertained tonight.
Were you?
I thought that was great. 2-1 was the final from Calgary. Obviously, it's Cami and Boom with you on Afterburner, brought to you by Bet365. Whatever your bet is, never ordinary. At Bet365, download the app and get in on the game using the code NATION. Now, the Saddledome did explode tonight. And I'm so happy I got to celebrate a historic moment with a man who combines all the zest of a buttered bun with the thrill of just kind of sitting there. What was your reaction, Boom? What was your tweet?
I didn't. Well, that's the thing. It's very much everyone's going to be talking about the Springer Dinger, the huge. What a moment it was. Canadian sports history. A where were you moment. Well, I will remember. I'll have no problem remembering where I was. There it is. In my living room alone, watching the Flames take their second too many men on the ice penalty of the second period against Winnipeg. I'll cherish it forever. It is true. My phone started to buzz and something must be happening in the ball game. So I flipped over and there it was. They were celebrating at Skydome. So I'm happy for all the Jays fans. It's very exciting.
See, I must have been watching on a delay because for me, it was happening as the Flames scored. And Ryan Lomberg even said in the second intermission interview, I thought they were all cheering for us.
Cheering for me. Yeah.
No, and even Francis said on the panel, he's like, this is the loudest reaction we have had in the Saddledome since Johnny Gaudreau scored in Game 7 back in 2022.
Kind of sad when you think about it, because the Jays don't play in the Saddledome. They right? It's the biggest ovation from a Saddledome crowd came for a sporting event not being held in the Saddledome.
Well, they're also not going to play at Siemens Stadium.
I suppose. Yeah,
they tore down the other one.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Well, as far we can. Do you want to talk about the Blue Jays or because I'm good with whatever. I'm good.
You know what? Let's do it. Actually, sorry, my screen's a little messed up right now, so I'm trying to get to our super chat here. By the way, support us if you can. Support Centers of Calgary. Fantastic cause.
I'll give you one of those, Cami. We'll give you the horn. Yeah, we'll give you one of those. You Centers of Calgary making money. It's a big one coming in. It's a big one coming in.
$13.99 R&B trade Weegar now. He showed again that he is not a top D man. Him and Bean together cost the game tonight. Trading Raz, who is younger and plays like a 1-2 D man, and keeping Weegar would be abhorrent. Well, it depends what your ultimate goal is.
We talked about this on the other show. I feel for Weegar. they are whatever it is now, 7 games in. He was with Bean tonight. He was with Hanley the other night. We've seen him with. It's a constant turnstile. He's their best defenseman. For me, he's better than Andersson. Andersson has the goal tonight, and that's a whole different thing. And not to say that Andersson. I'm an Andersson guy. I'm an Andersson fan, but I think that Weegar is the more talented of the two. But it just feels like he's being asked to do everything. Maybe you need to help groom Zayne if he's there, or you have to if Bean is going to be your guy tonight, then you've got to be ready because you don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to reverse it? You just every night it's a different partner, and not one of them is anybody that he can really trust on any given night. And I feel for him because he is a leader. To me, he probably should be the captain of this team, and there's just no help for him on most nights. And tonight was another one of those nights. So yeah, you're going to be making some unforced errors when you're trying to do too much. And that's pretty much in any sport at any level. So I'm not on the trade Weegar. I appreciate the $13.99, but I don't know that that's the answer either. I don't think keeping Andersson over Weegar is the answer, but whatever.
No, and I mean, if you want to build for the future, Andersson's probably where a lot of value is, and Weegar is kind of getting the defenseman version of Sam Bennett treatment, where it's like, where do you really fit in this? Who are you going to be playing with the next night? And we saw that leadership and how differently Andersson and Weegar approach things. This team was facing a lot of heat after what Kevin Bieksa said on Saturday night, questioning their heart, questioning their culture. And Weegar kind of took the route of supporting Yegor Sharangovich and saying, hey, it could have been any of us. He really shouldered it. He handled it as well as you could. And he didn't play a bad game. Like, it sucks that it did end up on a pinch with that pairing that led to the go-ahead goal. But then you see Andersson, who is like basically giving you the Calgary version of, why are you so pissy, Leon?
Mm-hmm.
In that interview where he's like, I'm just going to go, I'm going to let my play speak for itself. He'll go out there and give it his all. And we saw the stare down again tonight as he got that goal.
Yeah, it's going to be very, I don't love how it's shaping up. Obviously they lose now. It's 6 in a row. They've got Montreal coming in. They're playing extremely well. Then they've got Winnipeg again. You don't know what the Rangers are. It just feels like they are poised for potentially a historically bad season, one of the best or one of the worst in franchise history with how it's going. Now, I don't imagine that they will keep up this type of. They're going to get some wins in a row. They're going to string some wins together. It's just going to happen. The worst teams in any sport, they're going to get some wins. But they scored 1 tonight. Their goalie had to be perfect. So you can talk about Weegar and you can talk about Bean or whatever. You have no room for error, none, when you score 1 goal. And that's all that. And I don't know that were they close on any other ones. The one that got in, it's how did it sneak through on Hellebuck? It's a seeing eye shot, kind of a lucky one. And Hellebuck was not 26. What do you have? 32 saves. So the numbers are great. I don't think there was a lot of sweat going on under that mask. If the busier of the two was certainly Dustin Wolf, as it's always a fire drill in front of him in the crease. So it's just going to be a broken record on this show, on the other show, anyone you talk to about the Flames. Boy, they sure can't score. And I feel for the coaches, much like with Weegar. Okay, well, who are you going to, I said, here's the roster. Here's the lineup card. Who are you going to pair him with? Well, it's going to have to be Bean or Miramanov, who's now on waivers. It's going to be someone who probably is over their skis or in over their head. It's just what this team has as far as talent right now. So you can shuffle the lines, and they've been doing that. And Huberdeau being back in gives them a little bit of pop. It's been quiet. It's been a little quiet for Nazem Kadri. I've liked Farabee. He's all around it. He cannot seem to buy one. He had tons of chances tonight.
Well, that's the thing. When we talk about, like, where are the goals, I don't think it was an issue of creating tonight. Like, they were so close. I thought that the Huberdeau line looked great. There's 7 high danger chances compared to Winnipeg's 3.
Yeah,
they were really out shooting Winnipeg, and the majority of Winnipeg's shots were coming on the power play. I think 20 at the time of the Taves goal, 20 of 27 Jets shots had come on the man advantage. So this is the one where we talk about losing the right way. If you want to tank for McKenna, this is losing the right way.
Yeah, I suppose so. 5 power plays. They had what, four by the midway point of the hockey game. That's not ideal either, for sure. That you're taking too many penalties. I don't know. It feels like it's going to be a long year. I don't know what's going to something has to happen. And I don't. It's not going to be a coach firing, and it's not going to be. We've already had a benching. Igor Sharangovich. That's a high-profile, high-paid guy. He doesn't play tonight. I don't know what it's going to be. But something needs to happen fast here for this team, because it doesn't feel like they're close to breaking out. Maybe they're better against Montreal. They were better tonight than they were against Vegas, so maybe they start to play a little bit better. That always happens. When you're winning, you start playing worse before you lose, and then this way maybe you are starting to turn things around. Did you like their response? Because that we saw the Kevin Bieksa clip, and everybody saw it. Their culture and character called into question. Do you feel like they responded well to that?
Oh man, I don't know if Ryan Huska needed to threaten anyone or if that clip was enough, but I don't think anyone tried to not finish a check. When Nino Niederreiter was going after Zayne Parekh, people were on him.
Yeah.
Huberdeau was hitting people. Lomberg's leading the league in hits right now. Like, I think the heart was truly there tonight. And I think, Dustin Wolf was the heart of it. He played so fantastic. There was one sequence, he made 2 stops on Iafallo without his stick.
Yeah. When he stuck the pad out without a stick, I feel for him a little bit. And I don't know that it's necessarily, it's way too early to get into it, but you can't continue to give up the chances. Maybe you can, maybe if you just don't have if you don't have the talent to do it. But he storms off the ice tonight, and rightfully so. He let in a couple goals and a power play goal, and I don't know how much chance he had on the Scheifele goal. It's a lot to ask of your young netminder, and I don't think you're going to break his spirit or anything like that. But as you have a young team, the goaltender, when he's being hung out to dry, and it wasn't even that bad tonight. But you start to think there could be some nights this season where you're going to have to maybe do a little bit of, lay down on the couch and have some psychiatry help for this guy, because it's not on him, even because his numbers are not going to be great. Last year's numbers were fantastic. He's up for, the Calder, and could this guy be up for the Hart? Should be on the Vezina nom, and all of that sort of thing. You're not going to hear any of that this year with how it's going. So,
I mean, numbers tonight, not bad at all. Ends up with the 929 save percentage. Obviously, the one stat that he would like most is the win, but I thought he was a treat to watch tonight. Super fun. But let's take a gander at some of these goals. Started off with Rasmus Andersson, about 6:38 left in the second period. A lot of good hard work from that fourth line. Kirkland and Lomberg starting it off.
Well, boys, I guess we're getting back to work here. We're getting get your work boots on. We're having to get at it here.
Yeah, let's take a look at that late dagger from Mark Scheifele. I mean, of the 2 guys on the ice tonight who are
shift, I don't know. Can you get there? Can you get a stick on it? He's coming back. It's maybe cherry picking a little bit to call a guy there, but with under 5 left, it makes it 2-1. Dagger, like you say, that's a killer. And the Jets find a way. That's the other thing too, with really good teams, they find a way to win when they're not at their best. And I don't think the Jets were close to their best tonight with the record that they've got. I don't know that this is how they've been playing games so far this season. So they come in, they play a road game, not a lot going on to get excited about, but they get a late goal and they tuck it away. So they'll take it. And for the Flames, they do get the Hanzik post right after that. There's a chance. The Flames were not outclassed in this game.
No, Kadri also had a really good late chance looking for that redirect. Like, the opportunities were there, and they even got that late power play, but just couldn't close it out. So big night for Team Tank.
We've seen that a little bit too. I was trying to think of which game. I guess it was maybe the St. Louis game, or maybe the one before that, where the Flames had a 1-goal lead and you get a chance late. in a period. It's like, if you could go up by 2 there, does that, the score effects, does that change the way the game is going to be played? Is the other team more desperate, or are they feeling a 2-goal deficit more than just being one shot away? If you're able to keep that game 1-0, or if you can make it 2-0 at any point, and it seem crazy, that doesn't feel like a crazy ask, right? To get a second goal to make it 2-0. They go 0 for 5 on the power play. And as we do these shows, I don't know, it almost feels a little, almost feels weird to be talking about, well, if the power play is a little better, when it's that macro versus micro. Just macro, it just really doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of room for positivity here with how it's going. But yeah, if you can go 1 for 5, God forbid 2 for 5, and then maybe you get 1-5, but then everything changes. But it just feels like this is going to be a broken record, Cami, this year for the lack of goal scoring. They're already dead last in terms of points percentage and goals for, and I'm guessing one more goal for is not going to pull them out of the basement. So we might be talking about one of the most offensively challenged teams we've seen in a long time here as this season goes along.
Yeah, we're going to find a lot of new ways to say the same old things. What are they up to? 11 goals on the season now. Mark Scheifele and Shane Pinto have 7 each.
Yeah, it's not ideal for sure. But again, these things have a funny way of turning around. And that's what you can hope for, I guess, if you're a Flames fan, is that somewhere, sometime, something unimaginably will happen, that the goals just start going in.
On that note, sorry guys, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the super chats here. Jack, if you have a chance, maybe send me the link again. I can pin them to see them.
I got you here.
Beautiful.
Let me take care of you. So
you know what? Jesus, take the wheel. Boom, take the wheel.
Yeah, something like that. There's Earthworm Jake 64, $5. You know the difference? Game-breaking talent. Scheifele, Connor nailed the game-winning goal. Boom. The Flames just don't have the talent to break those games. No, you're not wrong.
You forgot a very important word there.
Yet. Oh, okay. See, what an optimist you are. It's the problem tonight, and it's the issue just in general. As a franchise, you love what Perrick, you think what he can do, and I want to talk about him a little bit. You've got that on the back end, and there's some, Coronado I think is going to score some goals in this league, and I do like Zary, but who's the game breaker? I don't see one, and you generally only get those if you're lucky when you draft later in the first round or at any point. Johnny Gaudreau, pretty good game breaker down the way. Late in the draft, but generally you're going to have to get those guys a little bit earlier. I feel bad for Ted. Ted came in with $5, but
thanks, Ted.
You got to know how to do the thing, because we see that a lot where they'll put the money in and they don't do the thing. I'm sure it was good though. R&B's back in. Better than Raz, not a chance. Weegar's been awful. Listen, all I'm going to say R&B is I'm not going to take this 6-7 game sample and make my entire opinion on it. I believe that Mackenzie Weegar is the better defenseman of the two. He has not had a good start to this season, but make no mistake, Rasmus Andersson is not in any Norris voting. I mean, he has looked slow. He gets a goal tonight that is horseshoes up his wazoo kind of stuff. No one has, aside from the goalie, no one should be sleeping all that soundly at night feeling like they've done a hell of a job. And I will say again, I'll take Weegar at this point over Raz. And geez, poor Norm. He didn't have that.
T's and P's, Norm.
Sorry, Norm. Public Pain, he's in $2. Vladar, 17th in the NHL. Wolf, 62 of 62. This is a thing. Public Pain. He is not on the Wolf train. He's not part of the Wolf pack. He's not a believer.
A lone wolf, some might say.
He's back in there again. Why is Wolf a god? This is the worst. So this will be a thing. Appreciate the toonies. They're Pain
for a good cause.
If you're, I am in the Wolf pack. I believe he's a very good goalie. There's Al Goss, $4.99. Thanks for doing these. You both are awesome. If you could each have one wish granted for this Flames season, what is it?
First overall pick in the NHL draft, baby.
Yeah, if it's going to go poorly, and there's going to be if there's going to be plenty of losses, let it be worth it when it's all said and done. And the scariest thing is the worst team doesn't often win the draft lottery. They've tipped it so heavily against teams that finish poorly. I think that it almost defeats the purpose. I get you can't have tanking. Oh, okay, great. But then when you have you're still not helping the worst teams when you have it so weighted the other way. We talked about the Detroit Red Wings for a lot of years. They should have been the team. They've never had it. It's been a lot of other teams that have been able to win that thing. So that would be the one wish. I think we're probably both.
Sure. And honestly, probably now good a time as any. NHL Central Scouting did release its preliminary player list today. I mean, this is a deep draft coming up. It's going to be exciting. Gavin McKenna, obviously the guy everyone's talking about. He's one of those players who got an A rating. But like for Flames, there's a lot of talk about Keaton Verhoff. There's certainly some pundits who say this is a closer race for first overall than you might think. This guy would be a first overall any other year. I mean, even if you don't get first overall and a shot at McKenna, if you have a shot at a guy like Keaton Verhoff, he's also a guy who played with Cole Reshny in Victoria for parts of 2 seasons, a Rookie of the Year finalist, an Alberta boy from Fort Saskatchewan, and now him and Cole Reshny are playing college hockey together. There's some added incentive for you.
Okay. I'm going to hold out hope for the other guy. I'm just saying, I'm hearing you. And I think it's great that there might be some options if you don't pick one. That's good to know.
You just take best available. You just take best available.
Yeah, just we're not going to worry about positions. We're going to take best player. I think that's where they'll go. But
a lot of good demon in this draft.
Yeah.
Also, some potential for second generation NHLers. We have 2. There might be more. I know of 2 former Flames kids who are eligible this year. Obviously, you got Joe Iginla, C-rated, second in goals and third in points for the Oil Kings with 6 goals and 4 helpers in 12 games. And Chris Dingman's son, Sawyer, also C-rated out of Swift Current.
Sawyer's a big man. His dad was a big man. Comes by it honestly. Yeah, big dinger.
6'4" and 225, 17.
I covered the old man in junior. And yes, he was a brute. And as I recall, a Flames pick probably maybe could have worked out better. So I'm not sure if Flames fans will be digging the Dingman 2.0 necessarily. Look, Sawyer, I'm not saying anything. You're just a kid. Still going to go.
The world ahead of him.
Still going to go stay. I'm just going to stay on the McKenna thing for now. We'll just kind of go there. And then if we have to pivot, right? If we have to, then we'll look at some other options, maybe.
I mean, Chris Dingman had cool frosted tips and an earring.
Oh, dinger.
And Sawyer looks like, when you watch like Little League World Series, and it's like, that's a man. That's not a child. That's like exactly what I think of when I see this kid skate. Last time I'm like, he's not 16. There's no way.
Give me your passport, kid. There's no way you're 16. They make them big nowadays. Yeah, they make them big, Cami. I'm going to do Reed. Want me to do Reed?
Get after it.
I want to tell you about Derek Newman. Like he's again, very tall. He's not Dingman big. I would consider him lanky. I'm not sure if you know Derek all that well, but
Derek just sold my house.
Is that right?
And when we were looking at new houses, I made him stand at garage doors for scale.
So then you know what you're looking at. Yeah, it's smart. See?
Yeah, so I'm looking back through the pictures. I'm like, well, will a big truck fit in there? And
right,
I'm like, oh yeah, Derek's fine. It'll fit.
Now, can you lay down? I just want to see. Now hold your arms out wide. He'll do that for you. That's what kind of realtor he is. He'll do whatever it takes. Now, would you consider him lanky?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a lanky guy, right? Looks very
I would guess
fit.
volleyball player, basketball player. If I saw him in the wild.
In shape. Jerk. Derek Newman Group, CIO Realty. If you're buying or selling, let Derek do the work for you. You can fire off an email D. Newman at cirrealty.ca or call 403-619-6661, DerrickNewmanGroup.com. That's DERRICK. A little different there, but he's a good guy. Newman Group. People first approach. Derrick is a great guy, known for those strong relationships that when the deal for the house you bought, you've sold, whatever it is, that 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, that relationship continues. You love having people buying a house, selling a house. It's a major part of your life, and having someone that you can trust and believe in and feel like you're on the same wavelength with is awesome. So Derrick is he's the guy. CIR Realty, again, 403-619-6661, or email dnewman at cirrealty.ca. Question.
On the clock 24/7, that guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Just call him. Call him right now. We saw Zayne Parekh get hit again, this time by Nino Niederreiter. And we saw a couple games ago Colton Sissons with a hit. And I don't know that, were they both penalties? Maybe. Were they the most dirty hits you've seen? Not really. He looks like a player who's not used to getting hit, and certainly not used to getting hit by full grown men. Are you at all concerned? Is there an injury? Because he comes back tonight. He looked to me a little bit more woozy or kind of affected by tonight's hit from Niederreiter than he was from the Sissons one. It just looked like that one kind of knocked his helmet off, and he went to the bench and was maybe kind of embarrassed about it, maybe hurt his pride a little bit. He looked like he was a little bit kind of conked tonight, but I just wonder, that's some fairly big hits in a short amount of time. Not that you're going to send him away because he can't handle the rigors of the NHL physically necessarily, but is there any rising or growing concern with you with this as we move forward?
I mean, I would definitely be interested to see what comes out of the scrums tonight, to see if when he left, if that was a spotter thing, if that was him just saying, like, I just need a minute to go get adjusted, I'll be right back out. But yeah. I mean, they weren't willing to rush him to get into games this year. So I wouldn't see the harm in, with a pretty grueling schedule coming up, some tough teams, if maybe there is a night where you just give him the game. He doesn't need to play 70 odd games this year for it to be a successful rookie season, especially if the team's going to keep playing like this.
And Braden Pahal he hasn't played here for a little bit. Unless there's an injury we don't know about. Is he an option to come back in? Are they so strict with the right-left type of thing? Because if that's the case, then that's an easy swap. I don't know. It's not great. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but he is, and I don't even think it's that he's necessarily a target. He's not a big guy, and he's going to have to learn very quickly either how to avoid these hits. And that's probably what the answer is, because I don't think you learn to absorb them. He's just going to have to make this everything, decision making. Everything's going to have to happen a little bit quicker, and elude these checks, because all it would take is one Tom Wilson instead of Nino Niederreiter, and it could be a real bad one. So I think it's something probably that to monitor for sure, that he's going to have to be conscious of.
It's kind of the opposite of Martin Pospisil having to rein in some of his play. Like, how long would you give a guy to figure that out?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different, right? It's the other side where you don't want Pospisil running around and getting your team penalties and getting in trouble that way. Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a non-issue, but it's a little, to me, it's a little concerning that it's happened a fair bit here in a short amount of time. I'm just trying to think of what else, like, from this game. It's tough because it's a 2-1 game and it's another loss, and Montreal is coming in, and you know what it's like at the Dome when the Habs come in. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a carnival atmosphere to begin with, and I assume you go back with Wolf. It's Montreal. It's Wednesday night.
I mean, I'll ask you this. Would you scratch Sharangovich again, or do you want him back in the lineup for that Wednesday game? Because that was the thing that kind of surprised me, honestly, after the Bieksa thing. I thought that he would maybe have a chance to go back out there and prove that he can play with a little more fire. Instead, it's a little, I don't know if it was pre-planned or anything, but a little insult to injury having him scratched after that. But would you sit him for another, or is he back in?
You're not coming off a win, so you can obviously, no one's playing so well that they can't come out. Is it Kirkland? Are you happy with Zary moving to the wing? Because it hasn't really worked at center, although you're working on the fourth line. That's what do you need to be there to be a successful fourth line center if you're Connor Zary? I don't know. I'm not rushing to bring him back, to be quite honest. I don't know if one game does, if one game doesn't send a message, does two? Does, if not two, then three? Do you need to send a message? Does he know? Was it unfair? I don't think so, but he was made an example of and could have easily been, because his play has not been good. And I guess you could bring him back in. He did have a goal post in that game against Vegas, which was not going to turn that game around, but it might have made a difference tonight if he gets a goal. It's not hard to take Kirkland, or it's not going to be hard to find room for him if you want to take out somebody whose level of play hasn't been up to snuff. I don't think Coronado's been particularly great. I don't know that you're taking him out.
I was gonna say,
you're right. Like, you're not gonna, you need goals, and he's your biggest threat for a goal scorer, it feels like right now. So I don't know. It'll be interesting for sure. That's again, big picture, small picture. Small picture being, how do we get a win against Montreal? Big picture, how do we establish what it means to have accountability for level of play? And maybe he comes back and it's a one game, it's kind of a one game slap on the wrist, and maybe next time you miss a couple. But they need a win. They need a win here. And he, love him or hate him or whatever, he has a high level of skill on any given night, which they could use. So I would probably try and get him back in at whoever's expense, because it's a 6-game losing streak. 7. That's like, you're now talking about some good teams don't go a full season. You don't lose 7 in a row. You hope to never hit that kind of a number, let alone in the first 8 games of the season. It's getting late early, to use that kind of corny thing. They need to win.
You're already at a point where you need to win more than 2/3 of the remaining games just to get to that 96 point threshold, which didn't get you into playoffs last year.
Yeah, do you have those hopes? Like, do you feel like this is a team that's going to flirt for a playoff spot?
The problem is that St. Louis did what they did, and now no one can ever count any team out.
Sure. Yeah,
worst to first. So, like, until the math says you can't, I can never say with conviction you can't. I
feel like there's so much more skill on that Blues team, right? You've got, Jake Neighbors and Kyrou and Robert Thomas, and it just feels like there's so much more established point getters, whereas the guys who are established point getters, they're in their mid 30s and getting older. I mean, we're all getting older. I don't know if you knew that.
Like, who were the other, like, I think of that cup winning team, and I just think Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a while ago, I guess now. Binnington obviously was on that team, but
see, that's the problem for me. Like, you look at that year when they went from literally last in the league to winning the Stanley Cup. It's like, oh, they had this upstart young goalie. Oh, they had some grizzled veterans. It's like, oh, so because you can never say until a team is mathematically out, they can't do it. I don't think this team can do it the way they're playing right now. They don't have any goals, but they tend to go on heaters at the most inopportune times for people who want to see a superstar get drafted here.
Well, they need a heater. Even if you have designs on finishing at or near the bottom, you get a win. you're still going to have to win some hockey games, because 7-8, you got to play Winnipeg again. They got to get feeling good about themselves here at some point, because it gets dark, and the whole, Rasmus Andersson, I'm not going to be a distraction, and hey, it's a good room in our culture, we love each other and all that sort of thing. Losing a bunch sucks that may well be true, but that can make the best scenarios tough in a hurry. And I feel for the coaches. I was talking to Rhett today. So what do you do when you come in? So tomorrow, between games, you got Montreal coming in. Are you screaming? Are you yelling? Are you kicking over garbage cans? Are you freaking out? Are you bag skating? Or are you bringing in, hey, we've got some ice cream cakes, and we're playing music during practice, and put out some beach balls and kick them? What are you doing if you're Huska tomorrow? Because you've got your coaching bag of strategies and techniques, and he's going to have them exhausted by the end of October with this team. And I don't know what you do.
Wasn't that a hallmark that was a hallmark of Flames coaches all through the 2010s? Each coach, and it's such a different core group now too, but it was just what happened. A coach would snap and lose their marbles on the team. Glenn Gulletson chucking sticks into the crowd, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it can be that, and that could be how you lose a team too, is when a team is old enough and mature enough to realize, look, we know we're in it. We know what's going on here. We don't need some performative gesture in front of cameras from our coach to show the fan base that we're not taking this. And look at our coach, how angry he is. This isn't sitting well with him. Sometimes it can come off as a little bit corny. So
has Huska tried offering up one of his children?
Yeah, I don't know if he's done the Ryan Warsawski. Although I did see he walked it back today.
I'm so mad he had to do that. That's stupid.
I know. Yeah. For those who don't know, the Sharks don't have a win, or at least I didn't have a win. So I give up one of my kids for a fucking win. And it's, would you really? So he had to come out and say, I love my children.
Obviously, I would never give up.
Obviously, I wouldn't give up one of my children for a NHL win. It's like, yeah. No shit.
Are you sure though?
Sorry, Ryan. Maybe they need to go to the Unicorn. Maybe that's what the Flames need. 2 locations, pick one. Pick the one that makes the most sense, and just go and get right at it. Calgary Super Pub, the Unicorn, 223 8th Avenue Southwest. The new second location at 1919 4th Street Southwest. 3 floors, 3 bars, 1 destination, all things sports. You think there's going to be any baseball on the screens at the Unicorn over the next couple weeks?
More floors than the Flames have goals.
The sports cantina, hockey, football, soccer, Golden Tee, Buck Hunter. You want to play some games? They got the UFC, the pay-per-views, all the Jays playoff games with sound, located in the heart of Stephen Avenue. Game day, $7 pints of Molson Canadian. That's the Unicorn at 223 8th. And then, of course, on 4th, 4th Street Southwest with, they got a brunch. Do you like brunch?
Ooh, yeah. I love their wings, actually.
Yeah.
And love that when you go there, there's always just the odd chance, especially on a Flames game night, someone might just sauce you some free tickets. Because they're walking distance to the Dome. So few places actually are.
I know. Yeah. Boy, you walk in on a Saturday or Sunday. Oh, we've got a brunch today. Oh, a brunch.
Makes you feel so much classier.
It's like I don't have to. There's so many things I want to have. No, I don't need to pigeonhole my dietary decision into, am I having lunch? Maybe I want some pancakes or some French toast, but yet I could have something, maybe like a clubhouse sandwich, maybe some soup. I can have all of it. Thank you to the Unicorn.
Happiest you've looked all night.
Thank you.
I wonder what it sounded like in there tonight. My goodness. Can we talk about the Jays?
Yeah, I suppose.
Hooray! Okay, Jack, load it up. Jays stun the baseball world. Late comeback, defeat the Mariners to win the ALCS, advance to the World Series for the first time in 32 years.
Here comes the 3-2. He got him! Toronto Blue Jays are going to the World Series. What a performance by Jeff Hoffman in the ninth.
What a season for the Blue Jays. Hoffman was outstanding after 2 innings last night. He came in and slammed the door. He struck out the side.
Especially since, you know, Seattle was celebrating on that field after the wild card sweep in 2022. This has turned into one of the great baseball rivalries.
I'm happy for Rogers. I'm really happy
Won't
for
someone think of the corporations?
I'm happy for Rogers and definitely for Shapiro and Atkins. You know, I'm totally excited for them, because they deserve it.
Yeah, unreal. And George Springer, a bit of history according to MLB stats. Oh gosh, is this live?
Well, of course it is. He can't.
Oh, sorry guys, but gotta go. Have a good one. See ya.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he can't help himself.
Just checking in.
I told him. I said to him. So, like, what time are you coming on the post game? Oh, it's a guarantee. There's no way I'll be on. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course you're going to be on. He can't help himself. He loves being. He doesn't like doing the show, but he loves being on the show. I don't really understand it. But he'll be
waiting
very
for him
happy.
to run up the stairs here. I know he lives close to here.
Yeah. Did you see what he did to his hair? He did a rally mullet. Like, his hair is its own thing. It goes. It's really quite something. And he took it nice and tight. I believe he calls it the high and terrible. Actually, he took it right down to the wood on the sides, and now it's doing a thing.
We all make choices. And that's certainly one of them.
Especially unbearable for the next week or so.
Oof, yeah, a little more than that. But also, so as I was saying, like, historic stat, MLB says George Springer's 7th inning, 380-foot dinger, 3-run homer. It's the first go-ahead home run for a team trailing by multiple runs in the 7th inning or later in Game 7 history.
It's a heck of a moment. There's no doubt. Just wonder if you walk him. Do you walk him? I don't know. I guess not. Guess you pitch to him.
Watch it all day.
Yard. Let him go yard.
Beautiful.
He was very excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Oh, he's going to take the ball. Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to play. And he looks just fine. Suck it up, sweetheart. You're fine. You're hitting home runs. Look at you running around the bases. How hurt are you?
Yeah, Bo Bichette says he's going to be good for Game 1 of the World
of course
Series.
now. Yeah, he's good now. Well, so if you guys make it to the final, I'll be there. If you get to the World Series, I'll probably be all right. But
But anyway,
so you're excited?
Friday. Yeah.
You're excited for it?
I might just be at the Unicorn on Friday night as Toronto welcomes the Shohei Ohtani and the LA Dodgers.
Right.
Game 1, 24th. Game 2 following day, Saturday the 25th. LA for Game 3 Monday. Game 4 Tuesday. And then we get into the if necessaries. So Game 5 would be Wednesday, October 29th. So
how about that?
It makes me think, though, I mean, exciting for Seattle to even make it this far. I know they haven't made it to a World Series and all that, but maybe Calgary should invest in an Etsy witch.
Who?
You don't know this?
I didn't really understand what you said. It could be that
you know what an Etsy witch is?
An Etsy witch.
Yeah.
So is it a witch that you would buy off Etsy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You buy a powerful spell.
Oh, I see. Right. Think
Worked?
that would work? Does it work?
I mean,
Can you return it
far.
to Etsy if it doesn't work?
No, a very strict return policy, actually.
I feel like you're not going to get that with Etsy.
Support small creators.
Tell me, so of course, they were talking there, you heard Johnny Big Pipes there talking about how it's been 30 whatever years since the Jays have been to the World Series. So, let's go back to 92, 93. What were you doing back the last time the Jays were World Series bound?
Not alive.
I
haven't seen the Blue Jays in a World Series. I haven't seen a Canadian team lift the Stanley Cup. I'm just real happy that the Raptors came through for me. That's all I got. What were you up to, Boom?
I was so drunk. Yeah, college bar hammered. True story. Yeah.
I mean, I got to hang out with Tito Gaston once. That was neat.
And I know Jack is working this thing. I know he definitely was not alive either.
Oh, God.
I wasn't even a thought.
Child.
Still not
Just
a
a
thought.
child. Are you excited or are you being pindered by it? I would like to be excited about it, but Pinder just sucks I have a hard time with it.
I think it's a cool thing for Canada, but I've never been behind the Jays, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm excited now. So no.
Okay, me and you, Jack, will be the
The group.
I'm already like way too much of a Grinch for everybody else because I think that baseball teams celebrate too hard when they haven't actually like won it.
Yeah, there's a lot of celebrating en route to potentially losing and not being the ultimate winner. So you've popped champagne 3 times. Oh, hey, we're wild card. Oh, we're into the DL. Oh, hey. Yeah, it can be.
Maybe I'd embrace it more if they weren't wearing the goggles.
I'm not sure.
Let your eyes sting like an adult.
Like when Bautista did the bat flip and they had the wild, like whatever, that was a long time ago against the Orioles when was Edwin hit the home. Like I was kind of excited. And I was happy and it was fun then. Just really don't know this time.
Yeah.
Just really being force fed this Canada thing. It's like it's a Toronto thing for sure. And I thought all of us, we didn't really care for Toronto out here. We were sick of Toronto. We hate the Leafs. Don't stop force feeding us the Leafs, but we get force fed the Jays nonstop. So I don't know. Maybe I'll come around.
Did you see what the Jays tweeted at the Kraken?
No.
So on Saturday, the Kraken all walked into their game against the Maple Leafs wearing Mariners stuff. Tough because, a lot of those guys are from there. So the Kraken forward Shane Wright, between us, we know how much it hurt you to put that jersey on. Consider this an open invitation to throw the first pitch at a game next season. Love, your Toronto Blue Jays.
Now they're just trying to make things awkward for Shane. It's like now it's awkward party with him and his team. Just keep your nose out of it, Blue Jays.
I bet Shane thinks it's
You've got
cool,
the whole
though.
country. Isn't that enough for you? Blue Jays, Blue Jay honks. Again, I'm just so happy for Rogers. So happy for Rogers to get a lot of, all their revenues will be up and viewership. It'll be so great. They deserve it.
Hooray.
They really do.
All right, let's take a look at the road ahead and see
Should
where
we?
the Flames might eke out a win or so here with the 5 games in the next 9 days.
Where's Gould?
Where is he? Should one of us?
Where's
imitate
Gould? Platinum Mitsubishi. Do you want to tell us about?
I mean, do you? I
You
thought
want
you were
me
going to
to?
do the impression.
No, you tell me. No, I don't have a Gould impression. Do you?
Yeah, I don't want to do it on air though.
Oh, okay.
Because last time we were both here, he was singing "Take on Me" to prove to us that he could hit the high note.
On this show?
No, while we were watching the
okay.
game.
Pre-show.
While we were watching the game.
Pre-show, okay.
I'm sure if someone asked him to do it during the show, he would. He would
Good
be
to
so
know.
thrilled. So
Good to
thrilled
know.
to do so.
Mike's a treat. He is a treat. Tell me about the Outlander though, because I hear about the
From the good
Outlander.
folks
Yeah.
at Platinum Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Family owned
Mhm.
and operated by lifelong Calgarians.
It's rare these days, Cami.
You love to see it. You love to see it. And at Platinum, lease and finance rates start at 0.99%. You mentioned it, the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, Canada's best-selling plug-in hybrid SUV. You can get into the best-backed cars in the country with a standard 10-year powertrain warranty at Platinum Mitsubishi at 2720 Barlow Trail, Northeast. So like I said, 5 games in the next 9 days. You got the Habs on Wednesday. They doubled up the Buffalo Sabres 4-2 tonight. Lane Hudson scored his first of the season. Suzuki, Newhook both had a pair of helpers tonight. Shut down Buffalo just when they were getting some momentum. Bless them.
The Habs are not going to be. It's not going to be a walk in the park. They are. They're tied with Detroit. I get it's early, but 5-2. They're scoring goals. It just feels like they're. It feels like they've kind of arrived. They're ready to be a good team now moving forward. They go and they add Noah Dobson. They've got Lane Hudson who scores tonight. Question marks in goal, or maybe Dobish is okay and Montembeault can play, and they might just be fine now for the next number of years, which would be exciting.
They've got momentum. They've got momentum.
And great smoked meat. Have you ever gone to Montreal? Have you gone to Schwartz's?
One of my first TV job was in New Brunswick, and they sent me to Montreal to do a story about maritime NHL referees, and I had to take all my camera gear. It was like lights, mic bag, honestly, probably about 70 pounds of gear on the train in Montreal. And I stumbled into the elevator at Centre Bell, and I ran barreled into Mike Babcock with all this gear on, sweat pouring off of me.
Yeah. Did he ask to look at your phone?
He just grunted at me.
You got any pictures in there? Now, I guess just curious, and I know this is for Platinum Mitsubishi. Who decided a story on maritime referees would be an exciting story?
I did. I pitched it. I won a National Sports Reporting Award for it. Boom. Thank you.
Because it's those types of stories that I think need to be told.
It was a feature story. Five of the 20 officials selected to work the playoffs that year all came from the Maritimes. One of them used to be a prison guard.
And probably, if somebody does that story, it's probably like a quick hitter, like 2-3 minutes. I want to dig deep.
One of them did Gordie Howe's last pro game.
And how are we going to know these things unless somebody gets right to the core of it and tells us all those juicy details?
One of them was a huge creep, and then he got fired from the league a few years later.
Happens, yeah.
Yeah,
Maritimers.
Happens to the worst of them. But that's that. Did not have time to go get a smoked meat sandwich. No. Maybe next time. After Montreal, Flames are heading into Winnipeg for the rematch against the Jets on Friday. Difference this time, Calgary will have the Jets on the second half of a back-to-back. So Winnipeg's first 2-2 this season. They've got Seattle on Thursday night. Have to imagine they'll be playing with a little more pep in front of their hometown crowd too.
Got them right where they want them.
Yeah, home Sunday then to the Rangers. New York is a weird one. A weird one. They're okay at home, but the Rangers offense has just evaporated on the road. It's worse than Calgary's, honestly. Shut out twice. Washington and Edmonton. They had 1 goal in a 3-1 loss to Minnesota tonight, but they'll have a 2-day break after hosting San Jose before they roll up to the Saddle Dome on Sunday. Then you hit the road for Toronto on Tuesday. They're third in the Atlantic right now. They've got the home and away set versus the Sabres first. They're also already facing a little bit of more internal criticism after Anthony Stolarz called out his teammates saying, essentially they were getting walked over. It's like what BX has said about the Flames, but, you know, it's coming from your own goalie.
A lot of turmoil early. Right? The teams are at the 5 or 6 game mark, and there's already some, like you say, with the Rangers, they've had to answer for these shutouts, and for the Leafs, are they doing enough to help their netminder? And are they, and obviously in Calgary, can they score some goals? It's high pressure. High pressure. Now, did you know that Jack is going to be at that Predators game on that November 1st?
Really? Mm-hmm. Jack? Can you bring back a Preds in the Community t-shirt for me?
We're all going to be there, Cami.
It's our barn burner vacation. There's about 25 of us that are going to Nashville to see the Flames and the Preds, and then the Titans and the Chargers. So thanks to everybody who supported the show and bought a ticket to come on the barn burner experience. It's
at least I really hope I make it to that game.
Yeah, Jack's got some passport issues that we've been telling him to take care of. He says he's fine. I talked to a guy and he said it's okay. So that's what Jack is taking, is everything's fine. So we'll see how it goes. But
do you trust that? I
don't know. It's going to be awfully sad as he's sitting there on the other side of security as we're all whooping it up at the
Should I be on standby to take his place?
Having Caesars at the airport bar while Jack is being frisked in some back room because his passport's expired. Oh, well, I'm sure it'll work out fine. But yeah, we'll because there's another opportunity to get you there for your bachelorette party, but you're
I want you guys to.
Well, you
I
know
want
what?
you guys on theme. I want you guys on theme. We'll do this eventually. We'll do a barn burner bachelorette.
All right. If Jack's not going, then maybe there's an empty spot for you. Keep the November 1st open. We fly out on Halloween. So save the date.
When's Prospects Challenge? That's
I-
not till the end of November. 25th and 26th, if you want to go see some of the top draft eligibles from across Canada play the US NTDP.
Do I ever?
Dude, there's one kid. Okay, he's from Allen, Texas, but he came up to the Kamloops Blazers. His name is JP Hurlbert. He's an A rating in the preliminary list today, but he's got 24 points in like 12 games. Leads the whole CHL. Nasty.
Hurlbert. Yep. Hurlbert.
Go see him at the Dome. You can
Can't
say
wait.
in 10 years, you'll say, I saw him first. Saw him first.
I saw him first. I'm writing that down.
Oh, and that's we'll wrap up October with the Senators, and that is your road ahead for our friends at Platinum Mitsubishi.
They're the best back cars in the country, they say.
Word on the street.
Yeah. 10-year powertrain warranty at Platinum.
Now, are you a Stephen King fan?
Not particularly. I appreciate what he does in his genre of work, that he's very successful. I'm not a big don't love the horror genre.
Have you seen Children of the Corn?
Yeah, but so long ago, and I probably blocked it out.
So Outlander doesn't automatically like bring that back in Malachi's voice in your brain?
See, yeah, no, I hope not.
Honestly, if I see one person I will buy a beer for someone in the chat if anyone else has seen that movie and knows what I'm talking about and appreciates it, or when South Park spoofed it.
Could be buying a lot of beer because there's some real deadbeats.
No one's gotten it yet.
Some real strange, weird deadbeats. Don't be offering that kind of stuff up because they will take you up on it.
I mean, I'm also a weird deadbeat boom.
That's not good. Well, but while we're talking about, we're not, but we were talking about baseball, and it would have been a good time for Bet365. We can take a look at the baseball story because it is set. We're ready for the World Series, Canada versus the USA. Ooh, what a rivalry! There you see it. You can go on your app. Bet365, whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Get that app. Get in the game. Use the code NATION to sign up if you haven't already. Gets going on Friday. And yes, sir, the Toronto Blue Jays are the underdogs in this series.
Believe in something.
That's right.
Bet with your heart, everybody.
They were down 2. No team has come back from an 0-2 deficit in the championship series, being at home and going 0-2, and they go and this could be destiny. Could be real destiny for the Blue Jays. And if you believe it's so, then I suggest you get on your Bet365 app and put your money where your mouth is.
You know, it's not ordinary. Going to the World Series for the first time in 32 years.
Yeah.
Hey-o!
Yeah. Is that what it is? 32? Well, you remember the last time well. What a good time that was. Hey, right?
Honestly, I think more than anything, I just want to see a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup. I know it's like all the teams that have won are 50% or more Canadian.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be neat. I want to see what happens if a Canadian team wins and doesn't riot.
Yeah, it will be the most underwhelming thing possible. It will be like when any other city wins, except probably not as exciting. Like when Florida with how they do it, or Vegas, it'll be like that, except not as cool or big a deal. It'll be polite Canadians standing on the sidewalk going, "Oh, very good job, guys. Very nice. Congratulations. Oh, I can't have a beer. It's 2 p.m, but thank you for offering. Congratulations once again on your triumphant run through the Stanley Cup playoffs." That's what it'll be like. This hunger for people to see a Canadian city win. Who gives a shit? Canadians win it every year. It's like Sam Bennett. Oh, was he most valuable player? Yeah, from Ontario.
I just think it would be neat to see.
Okay.
And I do remember it was fun when, people came out for Makar and O'Connor.
Sure.
They almost dropped it in the Bow River, actually. They almost dropped the cup. Remember when they rolled up on the Calgary Fireboat? Almost went over the front.
Maybe.
Good fun from those fellas.
Yeah.
What do you like?
No,
Riddle me that. What are you excited about? What do you want to see in sports?
You know what it is? It's just I've been told it'd be nice to see a Canadian team. Aren't you cheering for the Oilers? Because it'd be a Canadian team. It's like, well, I don't live there, so I'm not going to be there for the parade. And obviously, we don't like them, so there's that. But if Ottawa wins the Stanley Cup, well, cool. They'll have a parade. And then it'll be summer, and we'll all go camping or doing what we do in the summertime and not talk about hockey for a couple months. And then we'll start again. So I wonder if they can repeat, and then they won't, and somebody else will win. I don't get the allure. It's like it's in some weird inferiority thing that we're not as good, but yet so many of the teams are comprised of Canadians who play the game at a very high level.
When McDavid scored at Four Nations in overtime, were you did your monocle pop out with excitement, or did it stay in?
No, I
still normal.
I did wet my Depends. Some pee came out in my my adult undergarments, but that also was short lived because it's like, well, now I got to go back to hating them all over again.
Well, I think you can do Kegels to fix that problem. Boom.
Oh, it's my pelvic floor, Cami. Not since the Blue Jays were in the World Series back in '93.
Have you known bladder control?
Oh, God, I miss it.
Tough to play the game of hockey with piss in your pants.
Miss it dearly. It's tough to do a lot of things when you're peeing your pants, Cami. It makes things very awkward.
I can't believe we've been here for an hour.
I can't even go to the mall anymore. Go to the Apple store, buy some AirPods. Damn it. Well, maybe I'll try again tomorrow. Really could have used some AirPods.
One day.
Dying to listen to this podcast.
Jack, we got any more super chats or questions to get to before we let Boom go to bed?
3 more super chats.
I can take a look. See. We talked about that one. All right. Marvin. Wonder if he's starving. Probably is. It's late. Wolf was amazing. Also, should the Flames bring up Gridden and Payne as a butthead? Thanks, Team Burner. Payne is in there talking about how bad Wolf is. So he's saying Wolf is amazing. Flames should bring up Gridden. He's 19. He will be here eventually. I think that we liked what we saw of him to this point. I said this on the other show. I thought it was kind of interesting a year ago when Huska said, I want Gridden to go back to junior and play hard and work and all that and come back to camp next year with the intent of making this team. And it felt like one of those things like, that's cute. It's a nice message to have. But the kid took it to heart and he scored in the preseason and he showed flashes that there is some real skill there that can translate at the next level. So yeah, he'll be here soon. I don't think going down, obviously it makes sense contractually. Doesn't have to clear waivers, all that sort of thing. So it makes good sense for him to go down. But I feel like you might, depending on what happens, you might definitely see him if some bodies move out or if injuries happen. This team's been very healthy, oddly, the last few years. There's not been a ton of injuries, but maybe that happens this year.
Yeah. Also not a huge fan of rushing people. I don't see the rushes, especially like teenagers and 20-year-olds.
He's now 19 is...
Yeah. He can't rent a car by himself yet. You
can't go to Nashville. You get all shit-faced. Can't happen.
Barely go to BC.
That's right. Who do you think comes out when POSP is back? That's from Jeremy. I guess kind of too. When is POSP going to be back? It seemed like, well, it didn't seem like it was a big deal, but Huberdeau was the one that got ran into the goalie. There again, feels like there's some candidates that you could, this not that he deserves it, but can Klapka come out for a night? Can you move Kirkland out for a night? Obviously, Sharon Govich can sit. I don't think I don't think it's going to be that difficult. But I get what you're saying, Jeremy. If it's going to be if everyone's healthy and someone's going to sit and Possible's going to be an every night guy, then yeah. And I don't know. Is he a center? Is he a winger? Is he a second liner? Is he a fourth liner? Where do they want to use him? I think I know where I would probably put him. So that would be in the Kirkland or Klapka category. Do you have any thoughts on where?
I mean, it sounds fair. Like you cycle them out. Like who honestly can you take out? There's only so many spots that are genuinely up for grabs. Bring him in on the fourth line. See what you got. See how he's doing. Because you do also have the looming injury concerns with Pospisil, just what he's been through with the old noggin. So I think that's a pretty fair assessment there, Boom.
Thanks. There's Doogie. That's an A. An A. That's I'm not sure what currency that is. It's a Bitcoin. 2 Bitcoins. Get Jack to the dome. It worked for the Stamps. Did you know that Jack has he's on quite a roll for the Calgary Stampeders?
Is he? Do tell.
4-0 when I'm in the building, and they dominate every time. Not even close.
Just crush when Jack is there.
Doogie, I think I'll piss a lot of people off if I show up to these Flames games and they start winning. I've never seen so many people want a team to lose.
Well, we are in a weird territory where people are upset. It's guy's Tara, we got to trade him. But this is what you wanted, right? Well, yeah, but it sucks. Kind of, if you want to be bad and win a draft lottery, it's going to be some losses. And losses can feel like this. Long strings of losses can feel exactly like this. Like this is what a 6-game losing streak feels like.
A little nauseous.
Yeah, But Jack, I don't know. It might be beyond your powers. As strong as they have proven to be for the Calgary Stampeders, maybe it's just a football thing. Maybe it's only a CFL thing.
Trying to see when they played the Penguins for you.
Oh, there's Doogie. He's an Aussie.
Oh, not for a hot second.
There you go. So I don't know what that...
Not till January.
What are you talking about?
When we can get Jack out to see his Penguins.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, boy, what a show.
Yeah, you know what? We really came out here, said some words.
We did.
Some videos.
Yeah. I kind of crapped on everything. You know, the Jays, Canadian teams winning the Stanley Cup. Kicked some old women down the stairs.
I converted oxygen to carbon monoxide and struggled to make words leave my mouth.
We learned about that Wim Hof guy from Texas who's got all those points. I was first to see him. I saw him first. That's what I wrote down here.
JP Hurlburt.
Got it. That guy's so
Nailed
good.
It.
That guy's so good. And that other guy, if they don't get McKenna, this is the other guy that's playing with old Ratushny there. Yeah.
Keaton Verhoff, Pride of Port Saskatchewan.
Wim Hof, see, that's the guy I was talking to. I saw him first. So much smarter now after doing the show with you.
We're learning today, aren't we?
I mean, it's late. Look, it's like 11:30. I thought I wasn't going to learn anything today. You proved that wrong, Cami. Yeah.
We're still growing. Best we can with the tools we have.
That's right.
Well, just to wrap her up.
Yeah, I suppose that's it, eh? Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, friends. Boom, thank you for your energy as always.
Yeah.
Your vivaciousness.
Hey, you're welcome. I was really looking forward to being here. I was really looking forward to it.
When am I going to see you in person again?
I'm not sure it'll ever happen. I mean, now that's because the weather's kind of turning cold. Ooh, it's kind of toasty down here. See, I got a fireplace over in the corner there. I'll fire that bad boy up. Got the TV going. Yeah, got some blankies.
Well, come December, I'll have a fireplace in the fancy new house. Derek,
thank you, Derek Newman. Hey, Derek. Hey, Derek Newman. What a guy.
All right. Get out of here, all of you. Get get barn burners back tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. We'll give you one. We'll give you one of those.